My name is Alyssa Henry. I am in the Newhouse School at Syracuse University. I'm a senior, and I think our group is really diverse in terms of the kind of talent that we have. We have all different majors, people who are really active in the social media networking sphere, people who aren't as active, people who enjoy different things about it, and I think we're all bringing something to the table. I think the process is kind of the most challenging part because you're starting off with nothing. It's 5 or 6 different people, and we were all just writing down all of our different thoughts on these Post-its and throwing them up on a board. And when we had finished and we had accrued about 200 Post-its, then we thought, okay, now we should probably start organizing our thoughts and our thought process. So we kind of looked through and we made 5 different categories. Social media marketing in the future, internally and to the public, your personality that you want to portray on social media with the individual and with as a company, as a corporate entity. And the thing we kept coming back to was this issue of control. You know, who's controlling the message that social media is bringing across? What kind of governments are going to be involved in controlling social networks in the future? And how will that affect your business in turn? What can your business do to make sure that your rights are protected when it comes to social media? What kind of marketing and branding will you be able to do in the future in terms of social media and the different sites? Because the sites will always be changing. You know, Twitter may be a fad and maybe it'll be dead in 2 years. But that message of talking with the consumer rather than at the consumer is going to stick around. How can individuals help you with your marketing research? How can they help you build your business? Because like I said, now the communication and the conversation is changing. And that's kind of what we're exploring, is that flow between the control of government and business and the individual. I think we're in the very beginning stages of social media. I think we have a lot of growth that we're going to experience in the next 5 or 10 years. I started off here as a broadcast major. Social media was Facebook and MySpace to me. I wasn't really very involved otherwise. Now, if I could go back, I think that I would just start fresh and kind of go more into the social media aspect. I think it's going to be huge, and not just in marketing, but in all different aspects of life, because it does change the way that you learn to communicate with other people, and I think that's the really big thing about social media. You're taking your offline presence and bringing it online, where anyone can get to know you. And I think that's one of the real strengths with social media, and I think that's kind of what we're exploring, is what kind of power does that give you as an individual? What kind of power does that give you as a business? And is it positive, is it negative, and how can you kind of take control of that? When we first started, we had ideas coming from left and right, because we were thinking in terms of technology, how will that change? You know, we have 3D movies and they're the newest thing. Will one day you have a complete 3D virtual social media experience? So that was something we thought maybe we can try and go into. But then we thought, well, how can we implement that? How can we show someone that? And you know, we don't have a crystal ball and there's no way for us to know if we're on the right track. And we just thought that would be kind of difficult to show people. We had several ideas like that, using cloud computing technologies and kind of mind control technologies. You know, you never know. Like, we've moved from keyboards to touchscreens. What's next? You know, can you think something and will your device understand that? And how could that implement the way you use social media? Because we felt like marketing is a large aspect about controlling and kind of having your hand on the pulse of the psyche as far as communities, whether it's a local community, a national community, or a worldwide community. And that's what social media brings to the table, is you're taking these small individualized communities and you can communicate with them, and you can differentiate your message in terms of what different markets want.